Hello everyone, welcome to NOXTalks. I'm Ariel Aripena West. I am the Director of Community and Communications here at Equinox Esports, and I'm joined today by Mike. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about the River Sport Foundation. Tell us about the Boathouse District.
Well, yeah, I'm the Executive Director at River Sport, and for those who don't know, that's the complex down on the Oklahoma River where we have. It's an Olympic training site. It started with rowing, but now we've got all kinds of adventures, including one of the premier whitewater rafting facilities in the world. So it's been quite an interesting ride over the last 15 years as we've kind of taken what used to be essentially a ditch in Oklahoma City and transformed it into really a world-class, water sports destination.
For sure. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. I want to know about you. Tell me about your life, where you grew up. Tell me about your family and your hobbies.
Sure. Well, I was actually born in Kansas. I kind of grew up in Minnesota. My dad worked for the federal government. He was a federal agent, so we moved around a little bit. But it was in middle school in Maryland that he told our family that he was getting transferred to Oklahoma City, and I thought, well, this is going to be interesting. I had the
so you went from okay,
and so came here. I've been here ever since, and graduated from Edmond Memorial High School.
Nice, go Bulldogs.
Yeah, and then went to OSU, then went to law school after that. And how I ended up in the role I'm in is an interesting story. But I went from being a prosecutor, an assistant DA in Oklahoma County, and then worked in general counsel at the FAA, and then made a big plunge over into developing and programming and rowing and coaching and all of those things at the river. I'm married to Tempe, my wife, and she's also a graduate of Edmond Memorial, and that's where we met. But she got involved in rowing as well and helped. She was really a kind of a partner in launching this kind of crazy idea to make this a real unique water sports mecca, and things have evolved from there. And we have 3 kids, Keaton, Cameron, and Carson. Carson's 9, Cameron is 15, and Keaton just turned 17. So I've got a range of boys in the house. So
nice.
3 dogs too. So.
And 3 dogs. Yeah. Wow, that's a busy house.
Yeah.
So, okay, wait, so you went from law to rowing? So, tell me about that transition.
Well, it was a leap of faith. I mean, I rowed in college at Oklahoma State, and having lived in Maryland, I used to see like the Naval Academy row on the river there, and then also in Annapolis and Washington, D.C., the Potomac River. And I was a swimmer in high school, loved the water, and at OSU they had a club, and it was kind of a fledgling club, and for rowing I thought, well, that looks cool, and I went and tried it. It was like the worst conditions of anywhere in America for rowing, and the oldest equipment, but something really connected me to it, and and I just stuck with it, and I through law school, and we saw this opportunity in Oklahoma City, having been around in the sport, and saw, we have this. First of all, we had this great little place at Lake Overholser that was kind of underutilized, and so my wife and I thought, let's start a community program. And we did all this in our spare time as a volunteer thing. Little did we know it would lead to this idea of the redevelopment of the Oklahoma River. And at one point, I was doing this as I was practicing law, and I would go and, I used to joke, I started a team at OCU, Oklahoma City University, and I was, paid $1 a year. I'd go there before work, before being in the courthouse. I'd coach. I'd go to work all day, and we'd go back to the river afterwards. And it was kind of that. We were passionate about it. We believed in it. We thought, and it wasn't just for me all about rowing. It was about how can we really make a difference in developing this outdoor lifestyle culture in Oklahoma City, and really embracing these resources that we have. And this was like right as Maps, the original Maps, was taking hold. So there was a point where I had this idea, wouldn't it be cool if we could get a university to embrace rowing and develop it as a varsity sport? Yeah. And one thing led to it's a long story, so I'm cutting to the chase. One thing led to the other, and we had this is when the Maps was developing. We were putting low water dams on the Oklahoma River, and a lot of people don't realize especially folks that are younger maybe don't realize that it wasn't too long ago that was essentially a ditch. I mean, that divided Oklahoma City. There's a trickle of water in it.
Yeah, I can't even remember like it before.
Yeah. And that's cool that people who have kind of grown up more recently and see the river as a real river, but back, when I moved here, it was kind of just an eyesore and people stayed away from it. But as a rower, I knew we had its totally straight section of ditch. And if it could just have water in it, it could be
potential.
It could be unique in the world as a really world-class venue. And so I tried to convey that to people, although rowing was very foreign. Yeah. Probably like esports.
I was about to say, I see a lot of similarities
there's a lot of parallels. It was very foreign to people, but I said, when you have a chance to be world class at something, even if you don't recognize it, we ought to take advantage of it. And so that started to take hold, and one thing led to the other, and we were able to get what was originally a vision of a little metal building boathouse turned into a very modern, forward, futuristic boathouse with the Chesapeake boathouse.
The architecture is beautiful.
And when that happened, OCU stepped up and said, we'd like to start a varsity rowing program, but we'll do it if you do it. And so I'm like, it's time to make a leap of faith, all those law school loans, all that. And I said, look, you have a chance to do something, in life, if you have a chance that is a passion. I thought, you only live once. So I took it on, and that was really the turning point for me in terms of being able to completely dive into the development of the river. And we went from developing that one building to a series of really world-class events and Olympic training designation, and now a whole boathouse district. So
yeah, for sure. And like a lot of the colleges around Oklahoma are doing rowing. Like UCO's actually like has a pretty top-tier rowing team. So
they're reigning national champions in Division II rowing. Yeah,
that wouldn't have happened if you didn't do that. Yeah. So thank you. That's really cool. And wow, so like hearing that story, that's like really cool to me, because I feel like esports here in the Midwest is like really similar to that. So I also kind of took a leap of faith, like taking this job here at Equinox, because again, it was just like this little unknown venture, like, okay, hey, we want to start a professional esports organization here in Oklahoma. And I'm like, hey, that's cool, but like there is nothing, like the Midwest, it's kind of like this dry belt for esports. When you think esports, you think of like the coasts in California. Most recently, North Texas, maybe a little bit of Chicago up north and like Illinois and stuff like that. But like, otherwise, it's just a desert. So, so that's really cool to hear that, because that like gives me a little bit of hope for esports here in the Midwest, because it's growing. But again, it's like kind of building that community that you guys had to build. Like we have to foster that from the ground up. So,
and I see it as opportunity, because you can do it in your own way. No one is saying it has to be done a certain way, and you can make it your own. And that's something I can promise you in the sport of like rowing and canoe kayak. I mean, we were so far off the map. I mean, I would go places, and that was one of the things that I attribute to being able to do some, we've kind of part of the culture of developing the Boathouse District was innovation. We wanted to kind of, really, try to push things forward in these sports. Like we're the only venue in the world to have stadium lights. So we're the only place that does night racing. It's very common in other sports, but cool. Kind of pushing things forward, adding technology in the mix. And we had to create our own events because people didn't take us seriously. But once we got people here, really from around the world. I mean, I was literally going around the world trying to convince Olympic teams to come here, and we did some events, and suddenly we had a lot of believers, and people really, there's a lot of affirmation when that happens, when people come and see it's really as good as you say it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so I do want to come back to that, but real quick, since you're on an esports show, we have to ask you.
Of course,
Were you a gamer at all growing up? Like, what's your experience with games?
Well, yes.
Okay.
When I grew up, I'm going to show my age a little bit, but I feel young at heart still. But I grew up with the Atari 2600 as a staple in the living room right when it came out, and that kind of struck a chord with me from day one, and really stuck ever since then. I've always had different platforms, consoles in my house, whether it be through through college, through, my wife will tell you, how it stuck with us. And, I see a lot of parallels between, again, the athletics that I'm involved in and, and what we do, what has evolved into esports.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I've always been involved in it.
Nice.
And it's been fun to watch, the evolution of video gaming and into esports, and now to see this really legitimate competitive angle that has so many parallels.
It does.
To the other world that I'm in with the Olympic side and the athletic side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so that's like a big piece of like what Equinox has to do here in Oklahoma City and the Midwest in general. Basically, starting from the bottom and kind of educating everyone like, hey, esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry now.
Yes.
Like, this is one of the fastest growing industries like in the world, and North America, like, we need to catch up. Like, Europe, China, like, they're already doing it big over there. And so, like, why not here too?
Yeah.
And why not Oklahoma City?
Why not Oklahoma City? Yeah.
It doesn't always, we don't have to be restricted by geographical locations, especially when it comes to esports. Like, it's just highly accessible. Like, it's not gender locked. It's not like you can literally just pick up a controller and start playing as long as, you're good at the game. But even then, like, the community's so inclusive. So it's just like, why not? So excited to take that plunge with Equinox. All right, so let's transition and talk a little bit about the Boathouse District. So tell us a little bit about what that is. Like, what does that mean to Oklahoma City, and kind of talk about the development of it.
Sure. Well, I think it's a differentiator. Again, I've kind of talked about how the world saw us. Believe me, when I went around the world initially and trying to recruit teams to come here to our river, people thought, is there water in Oklahoma? Which, we know is crazy because we've got so much water. We have all these lakes.
We have the most man-made lakes in the United States. So
and it's just interesting, the perspective. And I think that goes back to that whole Grapes of Wrath, Dust Bowl, thing that is out there.
Barren wasteland.
Yeah, and so, I mean, that's fun because it creates a real opportunity for you to surprise people, and people come and they don't expect what they see. And so we think the Boathouse District really provides a unique opportunity for Oklahoma City to stand out with something truly unique and differentiating, unexpected. And frankly, having lived here for quite a while, I know, like, a lot of my friends when I graduated from high school wanted to leave Oklahoma City, and I'm like, how do we show that we have a lot of opportunities and resources here?
How do we keep people here?
How do we keep people here? How do we recruit people here? And I think the city sees it in that way too. But the fact is, this river is so unique. It's because it's not like it's not overwhelmed with commercial development or industry. It's all recreation. It's in the middle of the city. It's got a 2,000-meter stretch, which it's straight. It's so unique. And these are things that even in Olympic cities around the world, their venues like this are way out of town because you can't find a section of river. So I had to explain all those things. And when you got to that, and I said, we have a chance to be world-class. Let's embrace that with the buildings, the architecture, the programming, the way we think, the way we approach things. And so as one thing led to the other, and it worked, like who would have ever thought within a few years of putting water in the river, we would become America's only Olympic training site on a river.
Wow.
So getting those Olympic rings was a big point of affirmation. Having that on the highways, showing it's really a statement of quality and frankly confidence in, like, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee that we can do this. And so so that led to more momentum going into things like MAPS 3. And people thought rowing on the river was a crazy idea. Believe me, in the early days, like, what are we going to do with this river? Well, we could be a world-class venue. But then the idea of whitewater, I mean, that was really crazy. But rowing kind of works, so why not whitewater? Why not be the only place in the world in an urban center that you can have fully authentic whitewater rafting along with the river? What can that do? And it has changed a lot of perceptions. In fact, we have people traveling here from Colorado to go kayaking, which is kind of interesting.
That is very interesting.
So I think what it represents is, again, as we're recruiting people to live in Oklahoma City, we're recruiting businesses here, this says something about the way we think, our progressiveness, our quality of life. And at the end of the day, our mission, it's how do we advance and a more outdoor-oriented and health and fitness culture into Oklahoma City, and that's something that we're really trying to do with the river.
Exactly. So, and that's kind of why Equinox has, one of our big focuses is building that performance center actually down at the Boathouse District, because here at Equinox, like, one of our major brand pillars is health and wellness, and like being the balance and really changing that stereotype of the gamer, you know, sitting in a basement at home. Like, no, like, being physically active and taking care of your physical and mental well-being, that's really important and helps contribute to your success as a professional, especially a professional athlete. You know, using your, like, yeah, sure, gaming is a lot more mentally focused than it is physical, but you know, when all of the components of your body are in tune with each other and like elevated physically, like, you perform better. So really excited for Equinox to, by the way, I don't know if we've talked about it, guys, but we are building a facility down at the Boathouse District here in Oklahoma City, hoping to open that soon in a post-COVID world. But right now it is what it is.
Well, we're really excited because culturally, high performance is what we're all about at the river. Well, we have all these fun things to do. You can come have a blast for a day and go rafting and climbing and zip lining and all of those things, or you can make it part of your lifestyle and get active and be fit and try all these different things. And you know, the mental component of the sports that we currently do is the X factor.
Yeah.
That is what's going to, you know, and everything about what you do in, you know, lining up at a starting line and being able to control your emotions and be focused and all of those things is really, really critical. And so there's a huge parallel in the way that we train athletes, both on the rowing and canoe kayak and other sports side and esports. So we think there's a natural fit, and then nutrition and all of those things play into it.
Yeah, and it's like, why not, you know, say like our professional athletes, like they'll be down at the center performing, you know, in person, and it's like, I literally can just like step outside of the venue and I could go kayaking or something, or I can, you know, at least walk the river, just, you know, being that balance and, you know, taking time off from like whatever high stress situation you're in and like dispersing that in a different way.
Well, I think there's no surprise or coincidence that the name of Equinox and what that represents and how balance is so much a part, literally and literally at the river. Everything we do involves balance. I mean, being successful in rowing, you got to be able to balance, and being able to surf and soon ski and all those things. But more than that, it's like, how do you find balance in your life where you can, you know, whether you're an esports athlete and then you want to go out and jump and go surfing or go skiing, that's good, that's balanced. Same thing goes for like my athletes, even my kids who are rowers. You know, it's great balance for them to get off the water, and then with their teammates go and they do esports. And so there's a team aspect to that as well. So there's a real compatibility to all these things.
Highly agree. So, okay, you touched on it a little bit, the Olympics.
Yeah.
So what's the possibility?
Well, you know, I can't claim to know all the inner details, but I can say the writing's on the wall that this is a sport of the future. How it's embraced at the Olympic level, we already know there's exhibition events, you know, that are happening. I think that you're going to see that continue to evolve. You know, we talk a lot about, of course, Tokyo coming up here now in 2021. You know, we're focusing on supporting our athletes for that. And then you look past that to Paris, but just not many years from now is LA. Yeah. And having the games back in America and LA being, you know, just the entertainment capital of the world and where, you know, so much of this is originated, I can certainly envision how esports is going to be more and more prevalent as we get towards that. And having, you know, the fact that we've really, again, our place in the Olympic world, you know, we're one of, you know, like 10 Olympic training sites in the country for all sports. And so it's very unique. Oklahoma City has this opportunity. What we do here is not just train rowers, I mean, or paddlers or whitewater athletes. We're identifying athletes. And so, in fact, we did a scouting camp last year with the Olympic Committee, and it's called the Next Olympic Hopeful, where we're finding, you know, could be a bobsledder, or you could be an athlete, you may not realize that you could be a great athlete in the Olympics.
Yeah.
We just need to identify that. So I can see that happening in esports as well.
Yeah,
So,
no, for sure.
you know, we play an interesting role in that regard. And then also the fact that everything we've kind of trying to position ourselves as a place that innovates, and we
Yeah.
try new things. And so I think the idea of embracing high performance in esports here at our Olympic training site makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so I have a quote here. The Oklahoma City River Sport Foundation believes that the Oklahoma River has the power to change lives. So explain what that means to you.
Sounds like a big idea, but it's true, and I see it happen all the time in a lot of different ways. Is that we're presenting opportunities to the community, to kids, to do something that A, they never would have thought they'd have a chance to do, and B, that can change their lives in a number of ways. Number one, just being, embracing a healthy and active lifestyle, and how that can change your life if you embrace that at a young age. Same with adults, learning and discovering something new, and discovering that you're never too old to take on an active lifestyle, and doing these different things where this is not like a traditional sport where you may have in school felt alienated or not, connecting to traditional sports like football or basketball or baseball. But there is no bench in anything that we do. And so, we find that kids come down, they can get involved in rowing, and never have dreamed that they could be an athlete in something, and then end up with a college scholarship. We've had over $13 million in college scholarships awarded to kids who have discovered these sports here that wouldn't have happened without the development of the Boathouse District. And so I can see that continuing to happen as we talk into the future, again, with esports and other things that we do, because again, we want people to come down to the river, and not just with the idea that you're gonna have as much fun doing what you do there as anything. I mean, we're not a theme park either. We're not an amusement park.
Sure.
I mean, you can have as much fun as you would have at Six Flags or whatever. But what you can do here is it can spark something, and you can continue to stay involved at every level. So, for example, we introduced surfing in Oklahoma City in late August. Well, we can have surf. We're going to have surf camps. We're going to have a surf team, and so in Oklahoma City. So
how interesting, in Oklahoma, a surf team.
And same thing with, we're going to introduce skiing in May. So all of these things can lead to something. Obviously, you can get involved in paddle sports and end up on an Olympic team that trains here. So anyway, I'd say there's a lot of opportunity.
For sure. And like with esports too, like so many of the things you're saying, like I see so many parallels. When as a gamer growing up, like I kind of was like closeted gamer, like being a gamer wasn't cool, so it was like, oh, okay, well, I play basketball, so like that's like the life I push forward, right? And now it's like, now this industry is like growing and showing that, hey, gaming, rowing, like there's so many parallels there. Like we don't always like just have to default to these traditional avenues of football or basketball or baseball. There's so many different things, like there can be a community and a place for everyone. So
absolutely.
I'm super excited for esports to come to the Boathouse districts, because like I see there's like so many different ways that like we could like put camps together and like swap our audiences and stuff like that. It's a huge market for that, especially with augmented reality. You were talking a little bit about that. Being able to like just put the goggles on and like go down a ski ramp, like explain that to me.
Well, yeah. So we are introducing Ski OKC in May, which is going to be an indoor ski, endless slope. So if you can envision like an articulating big ramp that is wide enough to we have more than one skier on it at a time, skiing and snowboarding.
Yes.
And it will go from a blue to a black in just a couple seconds by going up and down.
Wow.
So it's very authentic. There's a type of turf that's on it that simulates snow, and it has some water in it. So, but anyway, being what it is and being very controlled, you can integrate augmented reality into it. And so if you can envision going down like a slalom course using augmented reality goggles or glasses, I think it has a lot of possibilities. So we're going to be experimenting with that.
I'll just say that sounds like a really immersive experience.
Very immersive. And in the same way, we've been struggling with how do we get our athletes in water sports to remain engaged through
Right.
COVID, because we can't put them in big boats like the eights, which you're close together, and there's no competitions that are live. And unlike esports, where virtual competition is not as prevalent in some of these,
Happens every day.
we're trying to figure out how do we create, take a cue from esports and create virtual tournaments more, and races that feel immersive, and we can do that via VR. So we're looking at that, where you could be in a boat, in VR, but actually be on a rowing machine on a lake and look over there and see all the race. And what that does is, not only during COVID, but outside of COVID, it trains the mind, and it gets you in a condition to be able to focus and control your emotions when you're sitting at that starting line and work your way through the course. So I think there's a lot of tools that technology can provide for these sports. So we're very excited about it.
Yep. No, and I like that. I like that opposites attract. You know,
Yes.
because like I think intrinsically you're not like, oh, technology and rowing. You know, like that doesn't just like automatically click. But it's like, hey, especially in like a COVID world, like that's really like propelled a lot of industries and ideas forward of just trying, like, you have to innovate. You have to innovate to survive too. So.
Well, rowing, I just say this is it's very commonly known as one of the quintessential team sports. While it can be individually done in singles and doubles and fours, which in smaller boats, but we have a lot of team boats, and that's why you see rowing and teamwork posters and things like that. So we know teamwork, and that's kind of in our wheelhouse. And I think applying that culture into esports too is going to be a nice complement to that.
Kind of like we were talking about earlier, like you can grind the game together as a team all the time, or you can grind the river as a team all the time, but like stepping away from like your main source of like competition and like just going and doing something different, but still with your team, like building that camaraderie and building that teamwork in different ways too. Stretching the mind and all that good stuff.
And there's a stress management aspect to it as well. I mean, I find myself, I still play with my kids and get involved because of...
What's your favorite game?
Well...
or what do you play the most with the kids?
Well, it depends. We got different, the 9-year-old is all Fortnite. All Fortnite all the way. So I've been known to do that somewhat. The older boys are, into a lot of the games that folks watching are involved in. So, and I do that too. I've always been, I've always liked the Forzas of the world,
Very nice.
the driving stuff. But I mean, I'll do anything. So
fun.
Yeah.
Like it. I like it. Okay, so I think that's all from me. What are some final thoughts from you? What should we look toward the Boathouse District in the future?
Yeah, well, I think we're going to continue to push forward innovation, and I think, what you'll see with obviously the ski machine, no one would have ever thought to expect that, and so we're really excited about opening that in May. And with that, though, is going to come a large facility in our Whitewater building that'll be a center that we can do esports events, we can do leadership-oriented programs, any type of event. But it's so unique because it's one of the few places in the world where you can be in an event or a meeting or whatever, and then literally walk out the door and go rafting or go skiing or surfing. And we're the only place where you can like literally learn to ski, learn to surf in the exact same location. So we're really excited about creating more programming around those things. And as we look to the future, there's some commercial development that's coming that will complement all of this. We have something called Bar K, which will be a dog park restaurant and bar that will open up next year.
I like all of
those
things.
We're making big enhancements to our bike facilities, our bike park. But we are very excited about the Equinox, and that is something that we've got the foundations in, and it's going to be the initial phase of that will be like a tent type structure that it's going to that'll look very fitting in the Boathouse District architecturally, and that will allow us to have a place. We've had esports events in the boathouse. We actually had our first one in the Devon Boathouse where we cleared out all the boats and had made an arena there. And it was called Rumble on the River.
That was it. Yep. I was like, I know what you're talking about, but what was the name?
And that set the stage. Really, it kind of got people to open their mind up. But I think what you should look forward to in the future is how we do all the things we've discussed, and having camps and having events. And I can see all of our traditional events that we do, from the big regatta festival that's bringing in teams in for all over. We have an esports component, so you complement one another with these events. And I think those things that's going to be very unique in the country.
It is,
to be able to do this sort of thing. And I think we're really excited about where that will take us into the future, and really, be a partner in having Oklahoma truly stand out in this fast-growing sport.
And like meeting with Mayor Holt last month, his big thing is like making Oklahoma the modern frontier, and it's like what better way than pairing two industries that you thought would never collide necessarily, and it's like adventure sports and esports. Like, why not?
And the modern frontier, it's just so in keeping with what we do in terms of we have this very traditional sports that we've put a very modern twist on, with not only the architecture. Obviously, in the Boathouse District, we've got this award-winning architecture and design, but also, again, as I've said, how we approach events. And the old days of having rowing events was you line up and race.
Right.
We said, well, no, that's not the way we want to do things. And for those of you who are old enough to remember the Sony PSP, back in 2007, we had our first event, which was the World Challenge, and it was an event, first major international event. I brought in international teams. I said, we need to make a splash and show Oklahoma City we're going to innovate. We're going to be at the front end. So we did stadium. We put in temporary lights to create night racing.
Nice.
We visualized the course. So this is back before we had all the technology we have today. And we allowed people with Sony PSPs to follow the race. We GPS tracked the athletes.
That's really cool.
It had multiple cameras. So you were getting to interact with the teams. And that, again, trying to be innovative. And that's the type of thing that we want to continue pushing the envelope on and moving forward and doing that together with the Equinox.
I agree. Super excited. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us here. We are going to go to a quick BRB screen. Mike, again, thank you so much for coming on. It's such a pleasure to talk to you and pick your brain about the industries moving forward. We're going to come back. Connor and Austin actually will come on, and they're going to talk a little bit about this weekend's Smashcade event and what you guys can expect from there. So, all right, guys, we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
What's up, guys? We're back here for the second half of NOXTalks here. It's me, Connor Knutson, joined by Austin.
Yep. Hey, guys.
And what we're going to do, again, before we get into this, actually, thank you so much to Mike Knopp from the Riversport District in Oklahoma City for coming by for that interview. I mean, we got a lot of really cool teasers about future facilities happening for Equinox, a lot of just really exciting things having to do with the Olympics. And I think that, you know, Mike and the Riversport District really exemplify a lot of the things that Equinox does as well. And so it's great to see these two things cross over. I think it makes a ton of sense. So, again, Mike, thank you for coming in and doing that with us. We really appreciate it. If you didn't catch it live, we are going to throw that on YouTube, so make sure and go check that out as well. And then a quick reminder as well, you are watching us on Twitch right now. Crazy, right? You know, you are on twitch.tv right now. Who would have thunk? Make sure to like and subscribe. Or not like and subscribe. I guess you don't like on Twitch.
You follow on Twitch.
Follow and subscribe.
And for those of you who have your free Amazon Prime subs,
Prime Gaming, dude.
Make sure to use those.
Prime Gaming. It's Prime Gaming time here at Equinox. So
Exactly.
So, like I said, we're going to get into, you know, as you can see behind us, we got some Smashcade stuff going here. Smashcade is this weekend. Super stoked about it. We've got a really exciting pre-show featuring me, Ariel, who you just saw, and Scotty G. I am determined to retake my crown on Buffer Nerf, which I fully intend to do, unless it is stolen from me again. We've got a great lineup for casters. Well, not great. Half of it's great. Andrew Slawson, right? Is it? Yeah.
Not Andrew.
Andrew, no, what?
Caleb.
Caleb. Why am I calling him Andrew?
I don't know.
I've got a lot of names in mind. Caleb Slawson.
Yeah.
Slaw is his tag. He's an absolute Smash guru, has done a lot of TOing himself, has done a lot of casting. He's the VP of Esports over at OU.
Yep.
Excited to have him in. And I'm actually going to be co-casting with him. So, like I said, half the broadcast is going to be Grave of Slaw.
Don't sell yourself short.
Then there's me.
Dude,
but,
you'll do great.
before we get into, so me and Austin are going to play some Smash, talk a little bit. Before we get into that, we have something really exciting that we want to show you. This is a live unveiling here on NOXTalks of your formal invitation to Smashcade 17.
Yep, and all I have to do is press this button.
1.
Let's go!
This is fun!
Goodbye!
You mother...
Wah, wah, wah! Come on!
Amazing. All right.
Yeah.
So, got to give a quick shout out to Montana.
Yeah.
Montana is our in-house video editor. Insanely skilled, so that was really cool. I mean, be ruthless, be the balance, and then Wario's up on the screen like, wow, you know, hilarious. So,
Exactly.
huge fan of that video. But again, you are formally invited. Sign-ups are still open to join Smashcade 17 to register to compete. $250 prize pool. Not a lot of other tournaments going on this weekend.
Exactly.
So this is the one you should be competing in. Whether you're a pro, amateur, first tournament, Smashcade veteran, just come join, come compete, see if you can take it home.
So there's some rumors going around that Best Ness signed up.
Oh yeah.
And so recently he actually got announced that he went free agent. So I'm excited to see how he does.
Interesting.
So, yep.
Yeah, that was a big recent free agency announcement.
Yeah.
Like that last 24 hours or something. So
Yep.
that's
Exactly.
huge. Nice.
So, all right.
Well, sweet.
You ready to get into some games?
I think so. I think we see how badly Austin can beat me in Smash. So that's what we're gonna go to now.
All right. And
All right.
There we
So
go.
should we just do random battlefield, or you want to pick battlefields each time?
let's pick legal stages. Let's take this the competitive route.
All right. I'll let you pick. I'll let you be in charge of stages.
All right. Well, we won't do battlefield Pokemon Kalos, but
Okay.
let's start with some Kalos.
All right. So, like I said, I'm a CPU right now. That'd probably be better than me playing, honestly. So.
Oh.
All right.
Let's
so
see.
we've got Smashcade this weekend. We had Smashcade 16 last week, and Steve just dominated. So who am I gonna play? I don't know. I'll play some Young Link. So, you know, Steve dominated the last tournament, right? Are you
Yep.
expecting that trend to continue? Like, what are some characters you're looking at based on the entrants we have so far for Smashcade 17?
As of right now, it's looking like our top 8 is not going to have a Steve yet. Salem has not signed up for this Smashcade yet, but there's still a chance for him too.
There's still time.
But as of right now, I definitely think our top 8 is going to have a Sephiroth,
Yeah.
a Ness, and a Shulk.
Okay.
So I'm very interested to see, and the time's still to tell. We're only sitting at 59, and as we know, Smashers, you know, it's day before.
They love the day of signups. Okay, so you're playing Terry right now. I've played Smash with you a little bit, and I know that you play Terry a lot. Talk me through, like, so you like Terry, I'm guessing because you play him a little bit. What about Terry is good? Like, what is the play style for Terry that you're looking for?
Mainly to get my signature combo, which is the jab jab power dunk.
Okay. I think you've already hit me with that once or twice. So.
Yep. So it's essentially this.
All right.
And
yep.
I get, after I hit that first move, I pretty much have freedom to finish out the rest of that combo without being interrupted.
Yeah. So I'm playing Young Link right now. I have a lot of like range. Is the idea to kind of poke?
The idea for you is to poke. For me, it's to get up and not let you hit me.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, so you had priority there. Ouchie.
Yep. So with Go, it will take priority in that situation.
Gotcha.
Just because it's like an empowered move.
Yeah. Gotcha. And is there like a priority list, like for characters and their moves, or is it just like, is it highly contextual?
You really have to do your research. There's not like an overarching list of, hey, this move clanks with this move. And that's where a lot of pros have to spend their time grinding, is learning, okay, this move's going to be great. Oh, no, really shouldn't go in this move in this interaction, and just figuring out, hey, what's going to be the best case scenario for me moving forward. And a lot of what you'll see is pros will rely on... they'll just rely on certain bread and butter combos just because they know it's going to hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
finally
nice.
Got one. I thought you were going to 3-0 me for a second, so that's good. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. So, we saw, like, I felt like when I watched the finals of Smashcade 16, right? It was Steve versus, I want to say Joker?
Yes.
And those are two, like, pretty S-tier characters, right? Like, right now, I mean... So, but what, like, was it just, like, each player's play style that made Steve win? Or, like, why was that so? It was pretty one-sided. Basically, I'm asking, why was it one-sided?
A lot of it, I think, is familiarity with Steve. If you want me to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah.
A lot of people are still learning the matchup and how to just interact with him, really. Especially with him being able to place blocks, I feel like that's put a heavy learning curve for especially pros right now, because it's like, oh, he has a lot more answers to different options of mine. How do I counteract that without losing advantage?
Yep.
So, so for example, a lot of what you'll see is them placing blocks on stage and then using it as kind of like, I don't know, just a platform to hit someone against.
Yeah.
And so when you're bouncing them back and forth off of it, you know, it's like, oh man, this guy's getting a confirm off it.
Yep.
And you'll see that along with the up smash, up smash,
the new move,
which is the lava block.
Yeah.
And that confirms a lot.
That thing is devastating. I can do this all day, Terry. Oh, that's tough.
Sorry.
That's tough. Well,
That's about what I expected to happen.
so that's fair. All right, so, but, you know, we're talking about characters a lot and their kits and stuff. One we have to talk about is the newest character in Smash, Sephiroth.
Yes.
So, like you said, I think that we're going to see a lot of Sephiroth in this tournament. I think we're going to talk more about this point on the pre-show as well, so make sure and tune in for that on Saturday. But, oh, you're going to play Sephiroth? Oh.
I mean, you mentioned
yeah,
him,
let's
so
go ahead.
I might
let's
as
go ahead
well.
And just show me how I'm going to get defeated by it. That's fair. That's fair. So, Sephiroth, you've described to me off camera as kind of like a glass cannon.
Yeah.
So what have you seen in professional tournaments so far in Sephiroth? Is he going to remain a good character? Is he even good right now? Like, what are you seeing?
I honestly, it's a little too early to tell for me, if you want me to be honest. I feel like there's a lot of potential with him.
Yeah.
So we can see him in pro play, but it honestly depends on now that he's come out, what kind of adjustments is Nintendo going to make? Because
Yeah.
if he goes and gets nerfed a couple weeks from now, then whatever I say is completely pointless.
Yep.
So as of right now, I believe that he has a bunch of potential to be and remain a high tier.
Gotcha.
Just because the ability to his neutral B is just killer.
Yeah.
And being able to kill at low percents with it.
And his range,
And
like
his
that
range with his
range
sword
right there.
is insane.
And we're kind of playing two characters right now that have pretty long range smash attacks. Like Duck Hunt's side smashes can really go pretty far, honestly. Oh, I thought I
Agreed.
dodged that one. So you can juggle quite a bit with Sephiroth, it looks like too.
Yep, his up B, it's a little harder to hit, but if you hit it, it's a move that combos into itself, so you get multiple hits off of it.
Yeah.
So, yep, oh, let's go. Let's see. I don't like that can. And I don't like the frisbee either. And so, yep, that there. And see, a lot of it for me too is I'm still
You're still learning him too.
learning him myself.
Yeah.
And another thing I've seen is this side B move where he,
The snap, the death balls.
yep.
I'll let you get one on me.
Yeah, so what he does with this is, you know, it just hangs around until a certain amount of
Ouch.
time, and then it goes and hits you.
Yep.
So what you'll do is you'll see someone, they'll land it at the beginning of a combo,
Yep.
get them in a combo string, and if they're off stage, it just
Yeah.
shoots them the rest of the way
Yep.
off stage.
Yep.
It's so
Oh my
weird. I never
gosh.
imagined myself in a
Wow.
world where I'm playing Sephiroth against Duck Hunt.
Yeah, what a
What
a
a
thing.
timeline.
That's very true. I think I've realized as I've played Smash, so I played, for context on me and my Smash experience, way back for me, this had to have been middle school. I played Smash Melee a little bit competitively. Like
Oh, really?
I would go to like Hastings and do some tournaments. I played Smash Melee and Yu-Gi-Oh! At the same place. So
Nice.
I was into both at the time. And but I took a huge break when like Smash 4 was out and kind of after that, but I played so much Melee. And so I'm to the point where I'm like better than most of my friends, but I'm not, like there's such a ceiling that I'm not even close to. But I've realized, as I've played Smash longer, I really like just quirky characters. That's why I like playing Duck Hunt. I did go to a Smash Ultimate tournament and played King Dedede.
Oh,
And
let's go.
Actually, maybe in Smash 4. But it was in Arlington, and I got matched up against a pro, and so I lost. But ouchie. But yeah, I gravitate towards characters that just like make me laugh when I play them. I don't know what it is. But like the can of beans with Duck Hunt is just so funny. I think I only got saved there because of the DI. I think that's confirmed otherwise. Ooh,
But
that was
yeah,
fast.
just seeing that,
Yeah.
it's just
That was quick too.
so much of it is just, okay, if I land my hit, you're getting a lot of damage. You're taking it, you know?
Yeah, no doubt.
But the thing with it though is if I commit to certain moves, as you could see, like I can get really punished if I get out of state, you know, out
Yeah.
of advantage.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to the Oklahoma Classic. Let's go to
Oh,
PS2.
so is this like just frequently played at like Oklahoma LANs or something?
So much.
Really?
So if you go back to the old Smashcade LAN VODs, literally half the stream is just PS2.
That's funny.
A lot of
Interesting.
people start there. You'll start seeing it differ the further you get along, but 9 times out of 10 you would see PS2 as a first stage pick.
Okay. I'm gonna play a character I've never played before. Actually,
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. Actually, I am. Yeah, I am. Okay. I'm gonna play Piranha Plant.
Okay.
That looks wild. Actually, I gotta go with the OG. All right, get ready, dude. I'm
Yeah,
a plant
I'm
in a
ready.
pot.
B is your favorite button.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right. So, what does the plant do?
So that guy spike ball can set up for some stuff. The poison gas can as well. The poison gas, if you shoot it out and then you grab someone, you can just hold them and let them take damage within the smoke.
Wow.
So he's a
Whoa.
interesting character.
That's weird. That's such a weird like key combo to do that. Of all the DLC characters we could have got, why did we get Piranha Plant? Is that a debated thing in the deeper Smash community? Like, why in the world did they give us a plant in a pot?
And it's funny because it was a lot of it is we've seen a lot of the community fight over Luigi should be in the game, and so it was kind of funny to see Piranha Plant had a lasting impact, at least on the devs, to be in the game.
Yeah, I just
you saw a couple people go, I can't believe he made it, but it's one of those things where he got released as the game was released. Mm-hmm. He was like an addition. It was like a pre-order special kind of thing, where you got it for free if you registered it within a certain time.
He's weird to play.
He really is.
Like, I just don't feel like I can do like just a running like jab.
We had a Oklahoma Piranha Plant. I actually haven't seen him in a bit. His name was Tadumta.
That's a good name. I love Smashers' names.
Yes, I will say that. They're really creative.
Look at this running animation.
I know.
What in the world? I just throw my pot at you?
He is hungry. He is hungry for some stocks. That's what it is.
He's hungry for some stocks. Oh, that seemed good.
And maybe if I don't blade beam the wrong way. Oh.
Oh no, that seems good. Yep. Ouchie. Come over here. Oh no. Oh no.
There we go.
There we go, Piranha Plant.
Let's go, Connor.
I think what makes me like unable to be like top tier at Smash, like at least in my current way of playing, is I rely really heavily on Smash attacks. And when I watch Smash, it's a lot of air attacks and a lot of combos and jabs. And that's how they get the percentage up. And I rely on like hitting 3 Smash attacks to get you to 90%. And that's, I don't think, the best way to play this game.
I think with this game, what's unique about it is that eventually the end goal is landing the finishing move. But how you get there is different from every player, you know?
Yep.
You'll see a lot of pros, and it's really dependent on the character. So you'll see a character like Snake. His goal is to have grenades out and make sure that you hit them, so he racks up the damage. And then he'll finish with either, I think it's his up tilt where he kicks upward, and it just confirms at an early percent. So as a pro, you know, okay, if I get enough damage on him, X percent, okay, I'm hitting this move and I know it will kill.
Yeah.
And the reality is for pros, it's okay, if I'm not hitting him with this move, what do I do next to ensure I can hit? And it's catching the other person off guard. Because if I'm playing against a Snake, I'm going, okay, if I'm at X percent, I don't want to get close to him because I know he'll kill me with X move.
Yep.
So it's really just a elongated game of chess of knowing, okay, do I really want to commit to this, or am I going to go with something else?
Yep. This is a really random side tangent here, but so chess has kind of become like, it's not becoming an esport, but like it's getting played on Twitch a lot, and like TSM has signed a chess player, like a grandmaster, and I think I'm starting to realize about games is that I think every game, the reason why chess is so good and has stood the test of time, and the reason why video games I think are succeeding, a little bit at least, is I think there's a lot of chess in games. Like, a lot of games like TFT and Hearthstone are more like intuitively like chess because they're turn-based. Like TFT is literally a chess board, which is with hexagons instead. But like Valorant at its heart is like all about playing the percentages of what angles you take. Overwatch is a chess match of compositions and ultimates. League is certainly a chess match in the same way. Like, I don't know, it just, more and more games I think about it are very like logic, counterplay, the micro plays blending with the macro plays, and I think Smash is the same way.
I 100% agree with you, and a lot of it's, I would say at least what I see in new players, a lot of what they struggle with is adapting on the fly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, it's like, okay, I know this is a confirm, and they do not change from the confirm. So it's like, if I hit up smash enough, I will land it eventually. Which when you're in a competitive mindset, it's just like, well, if you're a football player, if you throw to the right all the time, they're going to know you're going to throw to the right to the time.
Percentages tell you, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, reading opponents and managing economy as all comp games are. Yeah, I think that not so much of what chess is too. Like chess, I'm watching Queen's Gambit right now, so maybe I'm just thinking about chess because I'm watching that show.
To be honest with you, I think that's what's brought chess back into the fold of being prevalent.
Yeah, it helped a lot.
Is Queen's Gambit. I haven't watched it personally, but I've heard it's good.
Yeah, it is very good, and I think that, you know, I have a friend who's really into chess, and you know, he's a former, like he's very good at Hearthstone, and I think chess comes naturally to him in that way. And what's interesting about chess is, yes, there are set openings and kind of like ways that you get checkmates, like ways that you get mates, and you know, like an opening is the Queen's Gambit or whatever. And that's, I think, obviously where the name of the show comes from. But the thing about chess is that there's still, like, you have to be able to, in the mid game, you eventually will deviate from your opening plan, and you're trying to get to this end goal, but you have to be creative and read your opponent on how you're going to get there. And that's, I mean, I could have said that sentence about Overwatch, about
any competitive game,
about
really.
Smash, like you just said. Like, I know I'm trying to get to this percentage because if I hit up Smash at 73%, I know I'm going to get that confirmed. But you have to be very creative and read your opponent as to how you're going to get there. And
Exactly.
that's just fascinating. Like it is. It's just. Oh, that was timely.
I wanted to see if my bomb would clink with you, and it didn't. But it was kind of cool, nonetheless. I'm surprised I didn't die there, if you want me to be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought it.
I thought I was going to die.
Luigi was the first character I ever played competitively. So
Really?
I've always loved Luigi.
Oh.
Nice move. So, we talked a little bit before filming this about just like characters we like in the game, and you said that Samus was your favorite character, right?
Yeah.
So why is that?
From a casually playing standpoint, I don't know. I always gravitate back towards this character. A lot of it's just because, for me, it allows me to think during the game, which is a weird thing to say, but I tend to be more strategic when I play Samus rather than, okay, I know that I can do a couple moves pretty safely without being punished.
Like Terry,
for it.
you're going for a set combo. Samus doesn't seem that way as much.
Samus, you have to commit to whatever you're doing. So if I'm going to go for that down air that I just went, if I didn't hit there, I pretty much have to wait until I get out of disadvantage. Oh. Man, that was you almost had there something there for a second.
It felt good. I've always liked Luigi because of his chop and his, I don't know. He's like one of the few characters I've been able to like effectively use his air moves.
You know the funny move with Luigi, right?
The down kick where it does one damage? Yeah.
Well, no, it could kill him.
What?
Oh wait, come over to this ledge.
Is that,
and then use it on ledge.
Has it always been that way?
Yep, use it.
Oh, whoops.
Not
Sorry.
that one, the other one.
Sorry.
Let me get back up. Now use it.
What?
Yeah.
Is that always? Wait, that wasn't a thing. In Melee, it did 1 damage, right?
No, I think it's been consistent in all the games.
What?
Yeah.
That's sick. I'll die.
No, you're good. I mean.
No, I die.
Okay.
I die. This
okay.
this is even.
Ah, gotcha.
All right.
Competitive matches.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Homie stocks.
Oh, wowzers. That's not even anymore. It's also one of my favorite moves in all of Smash. Is his like running chop thing. It's so funny.
It's so funny and so goofy.
That's why I've always liked Luigi. He's always been my favorite Mario character because he's not in the spotlight. He's underappreciated, but I love him. He's hilarious.
You know, what got me to love Luigi was Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube.
It's a great game.
It is.
It's such a good game. It's such a creative, like that was one of the most creative ideas for a game because like up until that point, I feel like we had a lot of like, oh, go explore and create. That was really good. Go explore this level or go fight these bad guys. And it was just such a different take on a game. And it was really fun. I don't know. Something about it really captured something
unique. I don't think they've ever recaptured it with the games after it.
Yeah,
the games after it had their own flair, but nothing like beats the original. And I guess I could say that could be said about a bunch of things, but like the original game just had so much flair to it.
Yeah. I don't know if I had to pick a favorite character in Smash, who I would pick. I mean, I might pick, I was asked in the pre-show last week, and I lost based on this question, what character I most relate to, and I said King Dedede. I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
I don't see a more uncanny resemblance between myself and any other character. Scott said Mario because he has a mustache.
But he shaved it.
I know, and it's Mario, Austin.
Self-insert.
unbelievable.
Self-inserts.
Golly, it's the most popular video game character of all time besides maybe Sonic. And yeah, that's a very well thought out choice, Scott. Yeah, Scotty G, if you're in chat, you deserve
He's just
all
roasting you right now,
Yeah,
Scotty.
you deserve it. All right.
Let's see if he is in chat.
I don't know if he is.
I don't know if he is, and I don't know where my mouse went. He is in fact not in chat right now.
What a
he
loser.
left.
What a loser. I'm gonna play Pichu and lose, because I hurt myself with every attack. So.
You do, but early Ultimate Pichu was kind of busted.
Really?
Yeah, he had too much damage, and so what would happen is you would just see people combo and get kills way too early as Pichu.
He's so cute.
He really is.
Like, let me just take a second. Look at that. You can't beat that.
I love the headband. I love the headband variants of Pikachu.
Yeah, it is good. All right, I'm ready now.
All right.
Ouchie. I've hit your little buddy like so many times. Ouchie. Ouchie.
It's that move. That move is what almost made him broken.
Yeah.
They had to nerf it because that could happen.
That's insane. What the heck?
See if I can get my desyncs.
Do this all day, Austin. No, no, not like this.
Oh, I might lose this one.
Will I win? No. No.
And see, a lot of my advantage with
nuts.
ice climbers is, you know, I'm fast. And now going against the fast one, it's like, what do I do, you know?
Yep. Yeah, Pichu's kind of nuts, but I've hurt myself a lot.
You do. That is the one thing that kind of kills me with that character, is that if you don't use your moves correctly, you die.
Yeah, because you just burn yourself out, like. I didn't pay attention, but if I attack when I'm in that invincible phase at the beginning of the life, do I hurt myself still, I wonder?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I need to really use that time valuably.
Oh, I did it too early. Unfortunate.
I have no range.
Oh,
A little bit of range.
but you do some damage.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the meme? That was some damage. I think it's the Flex Seal.
Oh, yeah. Ouchie. Oh!
We'll make it even. We'll make it even.
Yeah, fair. Oh, no. I can't lose this. My family will disown me. Oh, no. I'm bringing shame to my clan!
Oh, there
Not
we
anymore.
go.
Wow.
That was
wild.
close.
That was wild. Yeah, that was a good game.
Oh,
Pick Sonic. I just saw that in
Chad.
chat.
Chad wants you to pick
All right,
Sonic.
well, looks like we're playing Sonic. Maybe the speedy characters are my meta. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So what you thinking next?
I don't know.
We've done some.
Is the one with the dogs in the background, the old the Wee Pets or whatever, is that one legal? Living Room.
It is not legal.
Oh, darn.
Because it has runoffs. And,
Oh, yeah. What a map, though. My God.
I know.
Living Room. What a thing.
It's crazy how much we have to shave off the game to make this competitive.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've looked at it and I was like, wow, yeah, you really do have to kind of trim off all the meat and fat to make this
It
something.
was, it was made as a party game. That's
It is.
always made the casual party game. Yeah,
True.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about Smashcade, right? So, the Super Tecmo Bowl style choices. Yes. Is that where like I think you pick the matchup for your opponent? Like you pick the entire matchup. I think is what it is.
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
He mentions Tecmo, and it's just like I'm too young for that. Whew.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm the most in the know as to what Super Tecmo Bowl is, but yeah. So let us know in chat, Chad. We'll do it. But anyway, talking about Smashcade. So, like obviously, people have been following and know that it's recently come under Equinox. We have different, a little bit different branding now. The production has changed a little bit. A lot of elements of the whole product have changed. So, what are for you kind of like, you started Smashcade from nothing, and so you kind of want to see it grow and see it become something amazing. What do you want to see from Smashcade in the short term? Like, what are your short term, maybe quarter 1, quarter 2, 21 goals?
Quarter 1, quarter 2 would be expanding our attendance. Because right now we're hovering around 150, 200 entrants as an average. And the goal would be to get it up to about 250, 300.
Okay.
And then also to bring the viewership with it. We are doing pretty well right now, at least for a tournament series. We average about 30. But the goal would be, it'd be awesome if we could have it average 100, 200 maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be short-term goals. If we start looking at long-term, I want to get out of this COVID mess. If you want to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah.
And once we get out of that, we will really start seeing our growth, at least within the Oklahoma scene. And once we get out of it, of course, there's going to be this huge surge of people wanting to go to events, just because they haven't had events in a year.
Yep.
And so seeing how people do and how they turn out, that's going to be a huge thing.
Well, that's a lot of what we talked about yesterday. Is that like Smash has always been a game that you play across from your competitor. It's always been a game that is at LAN and at little events, or little or large events, but they're in person is the point. And so going online because of COVID was like a blessing because we were able to expand our audience. We had signups from Kansas, Texas, Costa Rica, like wherever in the U.S. or North America could compete. But the problem with that is the netcode and the online experience for Smash just is not quite there, and it seems like it'll always be superior when you're playing across from your competitor to LAN, because that's what it was kind of designed to do.
Exactly, and a lot of that too is it's adding another thing of an input delay when you play online.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, it's one extra step that it has to go through to be able to process that information, and we've taken steps as a community to be able to expand off that. And we've created programs like Sable Detect to be able to compensate for and be able to tell, okay, X person is lagging, we need to DQ them, etc. With that move, it's a targeting move, so if you're not near anyone, it shoots straight down.
Well, you live and you learn, I don't play Sonic very often.
No worries. Hey, you could time me out if you want to wait 5 minutes.
That's true. That's true. That is what Sonic does. Okay, I'm getting juggled here to my doom. Okay. Yeah, so I agree, though. I'm really excited to see, because, Smashcade started as a LAN, like, that's where it kind of made its name, whether it was at OCU or at Chalk. It's a game that Oklahomans love, and it's a tournament series of that game that Oklahomans love, with Smashcade, specifically doing Smash. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes to LAN and what we're able to do as far as, like the things that Ariel and Mike were talking about, our event center on the riverfront. Maybe that plays host to Smashcade, so there's a lot of really exciting things in the future for that long term. Like you said, once it's safe, once COVID is less of a day-to-day weight on everyone's shoulders, I think that's a good thing.
All right, so Chad,
let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do Tecmo Super Bowl Smash. Right here on stream. You're hearing it. Okay. Winner of coin flip picks stage. We'll just say that match was the coin flip. So Austin.
No, we'll do the fighting game community classic. We'll do the rock paper scissors.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's
and just for chat, we'll make sure that they can see us.
Yeah. So is this, when you do rock paper scissors, are you doing 1, 2, 3 shoot, or 1, 2, 3?
Do shoot, because that's
1, 2, 3 shoot.
And we'll just 1 out of 1, so we don't waste any
That's
time
it?
on stream. Yep. Whoever loses this one.
Okay,
It's
I gotta
it's
think.
all for nothing.
I gotta think.
Yep. You only got 3 options, so no, it's.
But
it's
again,
just
we
the
just
3.
had a long conversation about chess and
We
countering
did.
your opponent. You got this look in your eye that you're going to throw down rock, and I know what beats rock.
You do. I would hope you would do. You know.
Yeah. It's tough to think about sometimes. If you had a big enough pair of scissors, maybe it does beat a rock. You know.
Yeah. True.
But just
Do we have? I'm not going to define how big my scissors are. I would just assume that it beats paper, and not
that's
rock.
fair. And if you had maybe there's some pieces of paper like a phone book that maybe a pair of scissors can't cut. I don't want to meta-analysis rock paper scissors too much. Let's just go ahead and do it.
All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
All right. You won.
Austin, I'm gonna let you know something.
Yep.
I only do scissors.
You only do scissors.
I'm horrible at rock paper scissors because I only do scissors.
Fair
That's my
enough.
strategy. It takes out all the choice.
It does.
Makes it a very simple game for me.
But that's like going into the ACT and just choosing all C as answers.
Hey,
like you'll get some of them right,
yeah,
but
I'd take that over me trying on the ACT right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I could do algebra. I don't know what geometry is anymore.
True.
So okay, I pick stage.
Yep.
Next guy picks matchups. Back to finished guy picks character. Okay.
Picks a matchup. So what does matchup mean? So
I'm trying to think how picking matchups is different than Here's what I think we should do.
we pick each other's characters.
Well, no, I think that I pick the stage, and you get to pick both of the characters we play.
But that wouldn't be fair because I could just pick a losing matchup for you.
Exactly, that's the whole point.
Okay. All right.
I think that's the whole point.
And then we can flip for the next time.
Exactly,
I choose
exactly.
the stage and then.
Exactly.
All right.
Oh, well, we're going any stage. This is
Any stage.
I think we go any stage.
All right.
Except for like the moving ones.
Yeah.
Those suck. Any stage. If you want to play a stage, we'll play it.
It's your choice.
That's true. All right. Well, I played a lot of melee, and so we're taking it to Hyrule Temple.
Threefold.
No, threefold. Deciphering rules over Twitch chat is tough.
It's.
Austin picks matchup. Okay, so like he picks both characters.
Yep.
I love this, by the way. This is great.
All
I
right.
love it because Chad is 30 feet away.
Yeah, I know.
He could. And Connor. Okay. So.
Oh, so I get to choose the matchup, the two who's going against each other, and you get
Oh,
to
and I get to
the
pick which
character.
one I'm playing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Thank you, Chalkfather. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so
Cool.
you get to pick both characters.
All right, so the characters are going to be
I like this actually a lot.
Jigglypuff
Okay.
and Olimar.
Oh my god. Oh man, I'm picking all. Actually, so back in the Melee days when he had 5 Pikmin, I used to play Olimar.
Oh.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty bad at new Olimar though. I'm taking Olimar though.
All right, I'll take the Jigglypuff.
Do I have Tinted Window Olimar?
You do not have
No.
Tinted Window.
Did they take that out? Who's
They
this
added-
guy?
They added Elf.
What? I want my blacked out Mercedes windows, dude. Fine. We'll go gray suit instead. Unbelievable. All right.
This is a weird matchup.
This is. I like this idea a lot. This is fun.
It
On
is fun.
Hyrule. Okay. Bring it on. Well, I feel like you're very close range, and I kind of need to poke a little bit more. Like this. You killed my Pikmin!
I did. It's so sad. They have a little death animation.
I know, it's always been like crushing. So all the Pikmin that are different colors do different things, right?
Yep.
So the purple ones are like hard hitting, they're kind of like a thud.
Exactly.
I don't know what the red ones do.
Red ones are flames.
Fire.
Yep.
Yeah. Is the white one the best one?
The white one, I believe, is like a poison mechanic kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I think.
He just looks, yeah. He looks kind of wild.
And then,
Electricity and yellow, makes sense. Ouchie. Wait, what the heck?
So, yep, there you go.
Yep. Oh. See, I'm high percentage, so I need to go down to the place where warriors are made.
Well, it's where they're made or where they die. Because I go, boop.
No! But I could live down here. I couldn't have survived that up top. See, I just need to get you really high up as well. Yes. No. 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 I'm predictable.
Oh.
Wow. I love this map. It's so funny.
It really is. Like,
It's just a goofy map, man. God.
I
Oh,
died.
wow.
Yeah,
Now I'm down
I
here
couldn't
for the
take it.
long haul. I'm down here until I die.
We tech those in Oklahoma. There we
What? How?
That just...
You
I don't know how that did that. It shot... Whoop.
I should have hit this thing. I should have hit that. I
It-
just slid by it.
it
You literally
decide-
said we tech those and then did it. Whatever, dude. That was really funny. No. I'm just so predictable with my little Smash setups. Hey, you leave my Pikmin alone.
What do you mean? I'm not gonna let you hit me with them. I mean, I already have to make this a matchup as is.
That's true. What? 2 of them? I'm running. Get me out of here.
They're just a little pink ball of death.
God. I loved watching Cannon Red play Jigglypuff, though.
Dude,
It was a
he's a
sight to see.
natural at it.
It was a sight to see. That's why I've always, like, I hate tier lists. I hate people that just pick what the community tells them is the best character. I've always hated that in games. Like, the only time I was ever a real competitor was when I played Pokemon, and I like made it a point to use a very like non-meta team, because I just think that like there's something about that like if you can think critically about like a choice in a game and make it your own and make it good, that's the most rewarding thing. Like that's what makes competing so rewarding for me in in like strategy counter pick kind of games. Like I love off-meta picks in like Overwatch, Valorant, I don't know, Smash. I've always loved it. Oh, wow.
You know, I haven't gone for a move, and I really want to.
You gonna go for the down B? No!
Yep, I'm gonna miss this, and it's gonna be glorious. Oh, it didn't miss it!
Jesus.
I always, okay, to be fair, I said that, and I feel bad, because I normally do.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, it's a meme among friends that I always miss Jigglypuff rest, and so for me to hit it now just kind of makes today.
Whatever. Yeah, I respect it, though. I'm surprised you hadn't done that. I like, was kind of looking for that, and just still let it happen, so.
I was scared because if I miss it, it's like one of those things
You're
you
dead.
get made up fun of for life.
Wait, what? Why did that animation happen? I'm such low percentage.
Because that would have killed if you didn't DI.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Chalkfather, I don't want to hear you saying in chat, how do you play Pokemon cards, all
I think
right?
Connor
I
is the
know
guy-
I don't know how to play. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, now that you say that, I was about to say my joke. I was like, he's the guy that collected them because they looked cool.
Yeah, okay. I did do that.
I can't say much because I did the same thing. And thank you, Chad.
Why did you say congrats? I just won. I was Goopy won.
Oh yeah, he did win. Wow, and I just took the win credit.
Yeah, you
for
just
that.
said thanks for the congrats on losing. All right. So now you pick map, I pick matchup, and you pick character.
All right.
I like this a lot. This,
I do
this
too.
actually might be fun to do for like a goofy Smashcade one time.
Yes, this
Like a
would be.
Tecmo style. This is kind of cool.
But he landed his move.
All right, yeah, fair.
Well, if it's any stage, we're going WarioWare.
Oh, classic. I hate WarioWare. I hate doing arcade games while you're trying to fight.
But
Who
come
do I want
on.
to see? Who do I want to see? All right. Banjo and Kazooie
Oh,
and man, this is tough. And Pac-Man.
and Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my boy Pac-Man.
All right, I've never played Banjo and Kazooie, but I love playing Pac-Man, so this is gonna be tough.
See, that's why I
no.
chose the weird matchup because then either way, I know both of us don't have the experience
yeah.
for it.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Man, this is going to be a lot. I love the Banjo and Kazooie games. They were so fun. Boom.
Ah, you found the side B move.
Yeah, so
now I'm scared.
I only have a certain number of those, it looks like.
Yep.
Is that across the whole game or just the stock?
The whole, I think it's the stock.
Okay, that would make more sense, but yeah.
Because I was about to say whole game, and I was like, oh, wait. Because I think Wonder Wing hits, like,
Jeez.
it's, like,
What
top
the
priority.
heck?
Yeah.
Seems good.
This actually used to be a competitive stage, believe it or not.
Really?
Yep. Without hazards, but for the reason that you just killed me was the reason why it was banned. The blast zones are too close.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's an easy confirm for Banjo, because if he does that while I'm at like 50%, I have a chance of dying.
That's
Oh,
so goofy.
okay. That would have been bad.
Ow. God, another game like that was just so fun as Banjo and Kazooie. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I didn't play it growing up, so I don't have the nostalgia attachment to it, but it looks so fun.
It was just like, it was another weird game where like there was this witch in her castle brewing some weird stuff, and you were just this bear with a
Bear with a bird.
bird that somehow was gonna
Oh.
destroy her. Oh, the fire hydrant was
You
used
might
against
you might have this matchup on me.
Dude, I like playing Banjo and Kazooie a lot. He seems really good. How did I just win that, by the way? That was weird. It's a weird sequence. No! Oh, I don't think I make this. I did that very wrong. I did down B on accident. Okay, so I get this back. That's good. And you just keep seeing it coming, and I respect it. No! Made a huge mistake. I kind of want to compete in a Smashcade soon.
Dude, you should. When you're not competing, when you're not commentating.
Yeah, if I...
But
Whenever whenever there's a LAN especially, I would, like, I think it'd be so fun.
it's a different experience. And a lot of people, and I mean, this kind of ties into our whole mantra that we talk about. A lot of people view Smash tournaments as, oh, it's a place where all the people that smell gather.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, it's not that.
No, it's a community. Like,
It's a community.
Yeah.
It's more than just, all right, this guy does like, it's a meme and we make fun of those people that do, but like, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, and I say make fun of, it's
Poke
getting
fun
them
at.
to the point where it's like, hey, some soap would be nice,
Yeah.
but it's all fun and games too, and it's not like we bully people either.
No, God.
Oh.
I did not mean to pick that.
And okay, so now that we've gone 1-1, let's do we want to do another, we just want to go back and forth?
I kind of like, I mean, yeah,
I like
think
it.
So. I think so.
All right,
let me
you choose map.
I'll repick map.
Yep.
I was thinking, so WarioWare was not the one I was thinking of. Is it in Smash Ultimate, the stage that, it's a Wario stage, we have to like do things while the game's going on, like go in the circle.
So
What was that? Was that in Smash 4?
that's in this game. I have a competitive rule set up.
Oh, right. Well, don't worry about it then. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Oh, I went back too far. Oh. But
It's
it's
all
okay,
It's all right, you know. We're just
You
going
get to see my main menu, which is fun.
Exciting. Smashcade.
And unlock, because I
Unlock.
used that to unlock characters.
That's funny.
But
Well, I'll stick with melee maps, so we'll go Corneria. Well, this is
Let's
actually an
go.
OG map, but
it is an OG map.
yeah. Wait, I need to yield. We need to switch names. I'm
Oh, we
player one
do.
now.
Um,
Let me change my name off and
I'll change to Slauson since we've been playing on the
perfect.
Switch.
Okay. So now you pick matchup and I pick character.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do a fun one. Fox versus Falco.
Oh, that's cool. I'll do. Oh man, I'll do Fox.
All right.
I'm always. I remember when I used to play this a little bit. I was really bad against Wolf.
Really?
Wolf, I don't know what it was. I just can never like get a good read on how to play against him.
I kind of have the same thing, and especially in Ultimate now.
Yeah.
A lot of Wolf is a fundamentals character, so you'll see a lot of people that are good with their fundamentals focus and play him.
Gotcha.
Just because he's got it, I wouldn't say easy stuff, but a lot of his stuff is you can pick up pretty well.
Yeah.
The classic smash sound of just controllers clicking.
Yeah, it really is. Ah. Oh. I'm glad they like kept a lot of the original moves the same.
I agree.
Like,
it wasn't
this
like
little-
reinventing the wheel when
This little down jab thing for Fox, I've always just thought was like the coolest move.
Oh, there we go. Surprised you haven't done the thing that everyone does, which is spam B. Yep, like
Yes,
that. There you go.
Yeah. From range, yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Wait, what am I doing? Come over here.
No. I know what happens to me if I go down there.
Well, you know, I'm over here. I've got to even it up before I make those kind of promises. Oh, yep, that's what I wanted to avoid.
Oh, that's... Yep, couldn't DI that one. Couldn't DI that one. So outside of, like, you mentioned Sephiroth being in Smashcade, the Ness being good in Smashcade, this upcoming one because of the players, what other surprises could we be on the lookout for Smashcade 17, do you think? Just based on the competitive landscape, what you've seen in other tournaments, just things you would say to look out for the viewers.
I would say Wi-Fi characters, and I say that, and it's like, you know, people, that's a contention point for a lot of people when they talk about Smash. It's like, oh, there's really not Wi-Fi characters, but if you look at the game at the end of the day, there are, at least in my opinion. Because you think about it, there's just certain characters that do better with their movesets.
Yeah.
Like, it would be saying that...
Where precise timing is maybe less of an issue,
Exactly.
perhaps?
A great one to talk about is Zero Suit Samus.
Yeah.
Her moves are just timed in a way that it feels like it's better online. Just with input delay and everything else, it kind of lines up where the characters kit more. Now, if you look at a character with, like Joker, you have to be a little bit more precise, and doing a precise input when you have input delay, we all know how that goes.
Yeah,
It's like playing on grandma's TV for the very first time, you know, it's not going to be your gaming monitor.
Yep.
And so that's why it's always a meme in the Melee community. It's like, oh, do you bring your CRT? Like, they bring them to events.
Yeah.
The event that we had at at Top Golf, I had a Melee event run there, and there was 9 or 10 CRTs that people just lugged around.
Interesting. What the heck?
And you know, and I'm always appreciative of the Melee community because they're willing to compete. They're willing to do what it takes to compete, whether that is bringing the CRT, bringing the GameCube, the Wii, modding the Wii or GameCube to be able to keep up to date with current competitive standards.
Yeah.
It's just their passion and drive for the game is next to anyone else.
Yeah. And it's also like their passion and drive is despite a lot of times, like despite Nintendo not putting in better netcode to play online or better online compatibility, you know.
Exactly.
Despite like other things that have happened to the game as far as balancing or whatever goes. So it's great to see a community like that, you know. So.
Exactly. All right, so next map, I get to choose.
Yep, you
so
get to choose.
It's gonna be Yoshi's.
Okay, and let's close it out with this one. You think?
Yep, I
do it.
100% agree.
Yeah. All right. Now I get to pick the matchup.
Yep.
All right.
I think this one's gonna be the all for nothing.
Okay. And let's go with. See, this is where, if I were like really like min-max like strategizing this, I would just pick 2 characters I'm good at.
True. That is
And
true.
Just like, if I get one I like no matter what. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pick. Oh man. I'm gonna pick Steve and Little Mac.
Oh, okay. You know, I'll do one for my fan out there, Relic. We're gonna go the Little Mac.
Oh, okay.
He was a Little Mac main that would always go to my events. Now I've got to find him.
Right
Yep, there he is. And he was a Little Mac main that helped me out a bunch. He would help me set up, tear down, and, you know, shout out the Relic out there.
Yeah, Relic. All right, this is for you,
I might suck, but this one's for you.
Steve. This is my Salem impersonation.
No, thank you. I don't want to jump either. Ah, you were listening to me.
Yep. God, he's so weird to use.
Oh, that would have been bad.
See you, Little Mac. Oops.
Oh.
I will say I'm not adept with how to use Steve.
Oh.
I don't
I
exactly.
actually haven't seen that move. I didn't know that it like did a fire animation. Huh.
No!
Well, yeah, you deserve that one. I could have saved you there, but I was like, you know, if you're gonna do that, you deserve to die.
Not like this. Oh no. I don't even know how to get in this thing. In the box. That's my problem.
In the box?
How do I use it?
You have to have materials, and then you press
Oh.
B over it.
I'm so dumb.
It's all good.
Take that, Little Mac.
Still not gonna die for that though.
It's nuts.
Come on, get close.
Fine.
I wanted to counter.
Monster trying to BM me over there. Wait a minute.
I mean, would I be playing the game if I didn't?
It's fair. Stop it. Leave me alone. I'm a pixely character. You have fingers and other parts of your body that I don't have. Oh. Well, that's about as bad as I could have lost. So that's probably a good one to end on.
All right. Well.
All right, let's go back to us.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Last thanks once again to Mike Knopp from the Riversport District, the Boathouse District, Oklahoma City. Thank you so much for the interview. We'll be throwing that on YouTube very soon.
Yep.
Austin, thanks for the education on Smash. I always learn a lot about Smash when I play with you and talk to you about this game, so I always appreciate it as well. Definitely get ready for Smashcade 17 this weekend, Saturday. Broadcast is going to start with a pre-show at about 6 or 6:30 p.m. Central.
Yep. All depending on how many people we have sign up, of course. You know, if we have a big bracket this time, it might be much later. Just we're shooting for a 6:30 time. If it's a little later, and it's probably because we got a bunch of people this time around.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. So we'll keep you updated on socials with that whole lineup. Let's go ahead before we leave, and we'll show that invitation one more time, maybe, and then we'll just kind of call it from there.
Yes.
Does that work for you? Or do we just say to go to our social media to check out the invitation?
Let's go to our social media.
We've already shown it once,
Yeah.
so we're not going to show it again. So again, thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you back here next week for NOXTalks. We'll see you on Saturday for Smashcade. Until then, be the balance and have a good week.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.